Okay, let's get started. Thank you everybody for joining us this evening on this Sunday evening to find out all about DofE. We appreciate you being here and we hope that this should be a really interesting and fun half hour that will excite you all about the amazing award that is DofE. There are some other leaders that are joining me here tonight. My name is Luke, by the way. I am the District Explorer Scout Commissioner for Southampton City. I oversee explorers and I also have a hand in what we do with DofE. Other leaders that are here who might just want to say hello is Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I am a leader at Phoenix, but I also kind of oversee the DofE, in particular the eDofE, which is the electronic admin system. So I will go through and potentially check things off, query things, and generally G things along from an admin point of view.
Yeah, you're keeping track on anyone's and everyone's progress.
Yep, and we have great delight when we sign the last section off and wait for the certificates. I like that bit.
That is the best bit when everything's checked off and people receive their certificates is the icing on the cake. Also joining me tonight is Hen, and they are one of our leaders and assessors as well. Did you want to say hello, Hen?
Hi, I'm Han. I'm leader at Enterprise mainly, but as Luke said, I help with assessing and supervising expeditions and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll be getting more involved with the other bits of DofE this year.
Thank you very much. Also joining us is Jack, but I believe Jack is in the middle of his dinner as he joins us. But
I
Jack,
essentially inhaled it, so actually we're good.
Jack, did you want to introduce yourself and just say what your role is?
Hi, like Amanda, I'm one of the leaders over at Phoenix. I see there's a couple of names in here I recognise this evening from our lot. I'm one of the assessors. I'm also going to be getting involved in some of the training and stuff like that for you lot.
Happy days. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, so we have a excellent team of adults behind the scenes who support the young people through gaining their bronze or silver DofE award of us. Our goal this evening is to get you guys all clued up on what the DofE award is, what level you might want to get in at, and what to expect really. So what do you have to do to earn your award and why should you do it at all? And then we're going to go through some dates on what sort of commitment you will need to make sure you are available for. All right, the whole thing should take around half an hour. It doesn't take too long to go through this. And then we will follow this evening up with a getting started evening in a couple of weeks where we'll tell you how to actually get started with your DofE. But tonight is all about making you aware of what DofE is and to point you in the direction of getting signed up so you can begin your DofE journey with us. Okay, so what is a DofE? So DofE is it's called the Duke of Edinburgh Award. It's been going for over 50 years, I believe, and it is a life-changing adventure. You make it. The DofE is as unique as you are, so you get to choose what you want to get better at and what sort of skills you want to learn as part of your DofE. And millions of young people take part in the UK and all over the world and have already done their DofE. DofE is done through schools, it's done by cadet forces, it's done by youth groups such as the Scouts, and it is a top award for young people aged between 14 and 25. There's different levels that are available to you, and it is an incredible achievement that you earn yourself. So it's up to you to get it. You're not nagged at by teachers or leaders to get it. If you want to go for it, then it's up to you. But it is unique for your tastes and abilities. So here's a quick 2-minute video that gives you a bit of an idea of what to expect with DofE. So let's watch that together now. If it plays. No, it was working on the test. Okay, in that case, I am going to click the button that said watch on YouTube. Oh, here we go. I think it's going to play. I apologize, it's a little small.
The DofE has taught me skills that will always just stick with me for life.
You build these friendships with people you might never have met before. It's so nice to sort of lift your head up and have this team of people supporting you.
It's definitely made me a more confident person. I'm a young carer as well, so I've always been quite shy, and this has really brought me out of my comfort zone.
I wanted to make sure I was giving myself the best possible opportunities for my future.
In job interviews, it can allow me to talk about more things more confidently and explain all the different skills that I've gained from it.
The experience offered me the chance to give something back to the community and make a difference to the people's lives around me who are less fortunate.
Os da chi'n licio rhedeg, nofio neu canwio, ffwrdd â chi.
I've quite enjoyed working under the bonnet and learning new things, and there's such a variety of things you can choose.
In my head, I was saying, keep going, you're amazing, keep doing it. So I was so proud of myself. I just loved it.
You can take something you're already interested in and then take it to the next level.
Being in a wheelchair, DofE really helped adapt everything so that I could approach it in the way that I needed to.
Plus you're going to have a lot of funny stories to tell when you're really old and look back.
Duke of Edinburgh's for everyone. There's so many opportunities.
Honestly, if you decide to take part in Duke of Edinburgh Award, you've made a really good choice. You have changed your life.
All right, I'm excited already. So now let's tell you a little bit about what our DofE is all about. So you've got some choices then. You've got some choices on how you want to go about it. There are 3 levels that are available on offer. There's bronze, there's silver, and there is gold. So bronze is available to anyone who is in year 9 at school or above. So if you're in year 9 or year 10, this is probably the best one to get started with. And it requires a 3-month commitment to regular volunteering. It requires a 3-month commitment to developing a physical skill. This could be a sport. It's often something that is quite straightforward, or you might take up a new sport such as park run, something like that. Then there are skills, and the skill is also for 3 months, and this might be something that could be either a musical instrument, it could be developing first aid skills, or learning a sign language. There are plenty to choose from. And again, these 3 things are all a regular commitment. You also choose one of these 3 sections to do an extra 3 months. So one of them has to be for 6 months rather than 3. So you can choose which one that is. And then in the spring and in the summer, as long as you have made a commitment to have begun and made good progress of those 3 sections, in the summer, we will guide you through completing an expedition in the New Forest that will be 2 days and 1 night. And that would be completely self-sufficient for those 2 days and 1 night, with a bag on your back and all the food with you. And with a team, you will complete your expedition. If you do all those things, the 3 months of volunteering, physical and skill, an extra 3 months on another one, and the expedition that we will guide you through, then you'll earn your Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Award. And these Duke of Edinburgh Awards are one of the top awards that you can get with Explorers. It replaces some of the other badges that you would have got at some Scouts or Cubs. So that's bronze. Any leaders want to say anything else about bronze before we move on?
Only to say that these lead into your Chief Scout Awards.
Yes, that's a good point. So the Bronze Award links to the Chief Scout Platinum, or no, Diamond. Ooh, which way round is it going?
I never remember which way round it is, and I've been a scout. I've been one of the scouts for like 20 years. Silly.
one of the two. I think it's
diamond.
It's diamond. Okay. Yeah. So not only do you get your Chiefs, not only do you get your Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Award, but with a little bit extra work, you can also get your Chief Scout Diamond Award as well. Super. Right. Well, that's the Bronze Award. Let's move up and find out what a different commitment it is with Silver. Any leaders want to go through this one, or are you happy for me to do it?
Yeah, I'm being corrected. It is actually platinum.
Oh, it's platinum. Right.
Yeah.
We were going to make this video public.
Sorry.
Yeah, platinum Chief Scout Gold Award. Okay, so Silver. Amanda, did you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, just for a change of voice. Silver, very much like bronze, same volunteering, physical and skills, but all a little bit longer. And what we're looking for from a leader point of view is if you've done a physical for bronze, we're kind of expecting to do it a little, challenge yourself a bit more, make it a little bit harder, or try something new. This is the whole DofE award is about pushing yourself and trying new things, giving yourself a real challenge. It shouldn't be easy for you to do any of these sections. It's designed to take you out of your comfort zone a little bit and to grow you as a person. So silver, a little bit harder than bronze, and the expedition, as we see, is 3 days and 2 nights. So that's extra night, extra weight in your kit bag, extra food to carry. Also, with the expedition, we have to do a practice expedition, followed by an assessed expedition. So where the bronze, you'll just do the 1 expedition, the silver has 2. And we aim to do those in Easter and May half term. So the dates have already been published. It is very much a case of if you're signing up, those are the only dates that we as a leadership team can actually commit to. So please, if you're going to sign up, make sure you're available for those expeditions.
Cool. And it's worth pointing out that if you were someone who did bronze before, even if you did it at school or if you've done bronze with us last year, then you do those particular timeframes that are on here. So you do 6 months of volunteering, and then between physical and skills, you choose one for 3 months, one for 6 months. But if you didn't do bronze, you must do a further 6 months in either volunteering or the longer of the physical and skill section. So it's a bit more work if you didn't do bronze before.
Also, when you step up to the silver award, we kind of expect you to be knowing what you're doing, and there'll be less hand holding than there is in the bronze. Bronze is obviously all new, so we expect lots of questions. Time we get to silver, we're expecting you to know what is required for the award and how to achieve it. So we strongly recommend that you do the bronze first and then move on to the silver.
Yeah, to do silver, you need to be in year 10 at school or 15 years old. That's correct, isn't it? And then finally, for the expeditions, in the last couple of years, we've done those expeditions in the South Downs and in Purbeck rather than the New Forest, as it's got more hills.
And it's prettier.
So silver is a step up, more a bit more commitment. You have to do the practice expedition beforehand, and you have to be in year 10 or above at school. Okay, so that's silver. There is also a gold, but we're not going to cover that tonight because that's generally done by young people once they reach network. But if anyone does have any questions about gold, they can hang on at the end of this call and we can discuss it if that is something you'd like to do. So we're just going to spend a bit more time just telling you about these 4 different sections that make up your DofE. So the first one we're just going to talk about very quickly is the volunteering section. And this is all about making a regular commitment in your communities to do some sort of volunteering. We're looking for at least a couple of hours a week, something like that. And it's about taking action, make a difference to a cause that you care about, helping others and change things for the better. Now, in scouting, there's lots of opportunities for our DofE participants to help younger sections. So a lot of our DofE participants help out at squirrels or beavers, cubs and scouts as young leaders. It's a very enjoyable and fulfilling volunteering opportunity, and it also allows those explorers to have an option of completing another award, which is their DofE, not DofE, their Young Leader Belt, which is also something they can aim for too. Leaders, anything to mention there extra about volunteering?
Just if the explorers are doing volunteering with younger sections, they must register with our Young Leader to make sure that they're ticked off on their what we call Module A, which is safeguarding. Otherwise, you will not be signed off.
Yeah, we will point you in that direction. So if you're looking to be a young leader, we can help you find a younger section to help through our Young Leader team. They're excellent, and they will give you the training required and also help you find a younger section to be part of. A lot of our young leaders enjoy it so much that they stay as young leaders even beyond their 3 or 6 month commitment to volunteering. Okay, so the next section is the physical section. This is taking part in whatever sort of dance, sport or fitness activity you would like to get fitter at and have fun along the way. We've seen a range of different choices here. If people are already part of like a football team or a hockey team, then they can continue doing that as long as they're showing continued development and improvement. We've had people take up park run, hit the gym, get better at things like hiking and enjoying the outdoors. There's lots of different opportunities here, and it's worth pointing out that we have long lists of different things that you can try, and when we have our getting started evening in a couple of weeks, then we can also help you choose what to do for these sections. But as long as you're choosing something that's going to require some physical activity, then it's likely to be okay for the physical section. Anything any leaders want to add on that point?
Nope.
Nope, that's good. We're getting through this quick. Okay, section number 3 is the skills section. This is devoting yourself to improving your skills in the things that you love to do. So it should be something that you have an interest in, because you'll be committed to it if you're enjoying yourself. Discovering new passions and developing talents you didn't know you had. Now, musical instruments are very popular with the skills section, but also we have opportunities for you to gain skills such as first aid, sign language. What else have I seen people do? Lots of online courses are available nowadays as well. People have learned many things like programming and things like that by taking part in online courses. So
baking and cooking is quite a good one as well.
Yes, cooking's a very popular one as well. That's a good point.
And if you have your assessor as a leader and bring cakes each week, that gives you extra points.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like you're putting your thumb on the scale there, Hen.
So yeah, cooking can be a good one. So that's the skills section. And then finally, the expedition. So the 3 sections we've talked about already, the physical, the skill, and the volunteering, that is up to you guys to make sure that you choose those yourself and you record your progress of how you're getting on with that through an app on your phone called eDofE. But that is up to you to make sure that you keep up to date with that. The final section, the expedition session, we will guide you through. So for the expedition section, this is about you exploring the great outdoors and spending at least a night away from home, or 2 nights if it's silver. I promise you, it creates memories that will last a lifetime. It is a big victory and a huge achievement to be able to complete a DofE expedition, to be away from technology, to be able to navigate yourself from 2 different points, to be completely self-sufficient, to carry everything on your back, and get on with several other teenagers at the same time. It is a big achievement. And I'm sure it'll be something that you will look back on and be proud of what you did. And that can be quite daunting, quite scary, if you haven't done that before. But as leaders, we provide a training weekend where we'll give you all the training that you need, from being able to know about your first aid and packing your bag, about what menu to cook, what equipment to take, and a little practice with your navigation. We will do all that with you. We will provide the tents for you. We can provide you with a backpack if you need it. We'll provide you with the cooking equipment as well. You have to do your own shopping for your food, but we will provide you with a lot of the equipment that you need. If you're doing silver, we'll do a full practice expedition as well in the South Downs before you do your proper expedition in Purbeck. So we will guide you through this step by step on the dates that we have shared on our website. You just need to make sure that when expedition season comes around, and that will be next spring. So by next spring, you need to make sure you've made a good start on your other sections, and then you'll be invited to your expedition. If people sign up and they don't make a commitment to begin their other sections, then you won't be invited on your expedition. The expedition should be the last part of your DofE. And when we get to next spring, that should be the last bit that we should be ready to go through to gain your award. Leaders, anything you want to add about the expedition?
Yes, because I could feel a few parents go, "Oh my gosh, my little darling is being left all on its own." There is always at least 2 adults monitoring the teams. So there is an expedition supervisor who is overseeing health and safety and will work out, if there are any problems. That's the first point of contact. And then there is also an expeditions assessor who is making sure that they actually complete the expedition within the rules. But those 2 people are not walking with the group. They are monitoring them remotely. So they are safe. We're not abandoning them to the wolves and the bears. But they should feel like they are walking on their own. And there'll be times they won't see one of the adults for several hours. But we've probably spied them from afar.
Remote supervision is what we call it. You're right. I'm really glad you pointed that out, actually, because I have to say about the safety.
Occasionally we have some particularly young explorers who are a little bit nervous, and the parents are like, "Oh my gosh."
And we also make sure they've had plenty of water. They don't need to carry all the water they need for their expedition. We will top everyone up with water several times throughout the day when we see them. Okay, right. So those are the 4 sections of your DofE. Now, all of our dates for this season have been published on our website. It's unlikely that these will change. So this is what we are going for this season. So if you are now thinking, yeah, DofE sounds fantastic, I'm going to sign myself up, what you need to do first is to just double check the dates, that you can make the dates that are coming up. In a couple of weeks, we have our Getting Started evening. This is optional, but it is very much encouraged, because you'll get to meet other people that are doing their DofE this season, but also we can give you some help in choosing what to do for your volunteering skills and physical. And we will also be giving a little training session on how to use the app to make sure that you can submit your evidence, so we can check off how you're getting on with those sections. And then it all goes quiet, where you can quietly work on your physical, your skill and your volunteering until March, because then in March we have our training weekend, which is a Saturday and Sunday on the 9th and 10th of March. And then if you are going for silver DofE this year, then we have our silver practice expedition at the end of March, beginning of April. That's during the school Easter holiday. And then you have your assessed expedition at the end of May during the half term. And then the bronze expedition, there's no practice expedition for bronze, you just have your expedition itself, which takes place in June. So those are our dates, and they are published on our website, which I'll give you the address for in just a moment. But before we do, Leaders, anything you want to say about the dates?
Bring cake.
Yes, bring. Oh, yes, do for the for any of those dates. We welcome cake. So
I always put it on my birthday.
we do, yeah. Amanda's birthday is April Fool's Day, so
Bring cake.
So do bring cake. Okay, well, all that leaves us to say is to tell you what happens in order to get set up. So in order to get set up, you need to order your welcome pack. So you get your welcome pack when you register with us. You can register through our website. It's about £25. We'll go over the price in a moment. But you register through our website, you will get your welcome pack in the post. And then once you've registered, we will add you to a new section on OSM so we can communicate with you. So parents, you will see that you'll have another section for your child on OSM called DofE. And when explorers, when you get your welcome pack, that will have your login details for the app. So it means you can get started straight away. So when you get your welcome pack, download the app, put in your login details, and you can start choosing what to do for your volunteering, physical and skill. And then you submit that to be approved. And then once it's approved by Amanda, because she does that all remotely, then you can start filling in your evidence. And you can also always email us if you need help choosing what to do. So if you want to sign up as a young leader, then we'll coach you through making sure that you've got a group to help before you start your volunteering. But essentially, the sooner you get your welcome pack, the sooner you sign up, the sooner you can get started on those sections. So in order to sign up, you need to head along to our website, which is explorers.southamptoncityscouts.org.uk, and then click on DofE. And then all those dates that we just talked about are also on that page. And at the bottom, there's the link for registration. So once you've read the dates, you can click on the button that says register now and pay for your welcome pack. It's £24 for bronze and silver. Then that's it. Then you're ready to go. And then we will next see you in October 8th, if you're free, for our Getting Started night, where we can help you choose what to do for your sections. And also you can meet the rest of the explorers who are doing DofE with us this year. Okay.
So
anything else from any of the leaders?
Yeah, with the fees, that's, I believe, is current fees. We're obviously wanting you to sign up as quick as possible, but just to note that the fees normally go up at the end of March. So lots of reasons to sign up early.
Yeah, and we are much cheaper than schools as well, because apart from that £24 fee, your only other fees are your camp fees for the camps, the fees for the expedition, which are minimal. Typically, those expeditions cost about £30 approximately. So it's a very affordable way compared to doing DofE with schools, and you're also doing it with like-minded people, and you're also doing it with the best leaders.
Right, we've got a question about gold. Do we sign up the same way? Yes, you do. This website, when you go through it, is actually the Hampshire Scouts DofE website. So there's another level of administration with Hampshire County Scouts, and sign up. And if you are doing gold, there's really good support through the county, and they will do expeditions and things at a county level where they've got the more participants and the skills and permits that's needed to do gold level expeditions.
That's a really good point, actually. You're right.
Yeah.
So you can still register if you're doing gold. We will still help track your progress for you. But when it comes to the expedition, you'll be matched with other people in the county rather than just Southampton. But it's excellent. They do an excellent job of that as well. So you would definitely be able to get a place if you do gold. Okay, should we go through some questions then?
Yeah.
Unless any other leaders want to say anything before we go to questions.
If by any chance anybody has already signed up with a school or different organisation for their DofE and are now thinking, oh, I wish I was doing it with Scouts, you can transfer your account across to Scouts.
Yeah.
Again, if you email the DofE leader team, we can advise you on that, and it is really, really quick and easy. So if you've already got an account with school or another organisation, it can be just transferred across with no extra fee.
Yeah, I'm just going to type out our email address here, so we can be contacted at any time. Anything else you want to say before we go to the questions? Okay, good. So let me just go full screen on that again. Yeah, I was going to add to your point, actually, that if you did bronze with school, you can do silver with us. Again, you can transfer your accounts. If you ever need to transfer your account, that can absolutely be done. Okay, so questions. So we've got bronze links with platinum. Yes, so the bronze DofE award links to the platinum's Chief Scout Bronze Award. So you would have all Chief Scout Gold Award, Chief Scout Platinum Award. So would already have done about 80% of that award as well by doing DofE. So Oscar says, do we sign up for gold in the same way? Absolutely, we just covered that. Umberto says, is it better to do it with school or with Scouts? Obviously Scouts is the better way to do it.
It's significantly cheaper to do it with Scouts. It's normally around less than 50 quid in total, including expeditions and stuff. Do it with Scouts, or around that price. With schools, it could be in the hundreds.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That also makes a difference how many people you're doing it with. Like, instead of going out with like so many other groups, we do it in much. We only have like a couple of groups, a couple of bronze, a couple of silver groups each year. So you get a lot more. Get a lot more time with your leaders, a lot more attention. And again, you're generally doing it with more like-minded people as well. People that tend to do explorers are pretty good at being outdoors. So you'll probably have a slightly easier time.
Yeah.
And as leaders, sorry, Jack.
I was just going to say, without wanting to trash on schools too hard, the other thing I will say is from personal experience, when I was doing my DofE many years ago, I know that the kids or the groups that started off as school groups and then transferred to Scout groups had a tendency to not be as well trained when they first came in. It was something that we saw repeatedly. I met multiple people in Kent Scouts who all had the exact same feedback.
Yeah, and let's be honest, there are some schools that do it really well.
Yeah, for sure.
You also get some schools where everyone just does the same route, and it's a bit.
Yeah.
We've also the last couple of years we've had a few schools that have promised expeditions and then
they cancelled them, didn't they? Yeah.
So we've picked up a few of our Scouts who were really disappointed with the school system, and luckily they were able to complete it with us. So Scouts all the way.
Yeah. But yeah, when schools are, we're saying schools are fine. You can do it at school if you want to, but we would love you to do it with us.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question is, what DofE leaders' names should we include on the registration? We put that on the website. It doesn't actually matter because we're all part of the same team. So I would say put Amanda.
Thanks.
Yeah, so Amanda Dukes.
Yeah, we used to split the admin into separate units. So Phoenix was one, Enterprise was another. But actually, it's a lot easier to administer them as just Southampton City Explorers. So put any leader you like. If you recognise the name, stick it down. As Luke said, it doesn't actually matter.
It'll work.
Yeah.
Marie asks, if we go for running, but ourselves in the physical section, how do we validate the section to show progress? Okay, that's a good question. So when you choose what to do for volunteering, skills and physical, you have to choose an assessor. So this is someone who's not a member of your family, but someone who knows that you've done that particular section and can sign off to say, yes, that person made a regular commitment and showed progress. So they're vouching that you did what you say you did. Now, typically, that should be someone that's quite straightforward to find. So if you're doing volunteering with a cub group, the cub leader is your assessor. They will fill out a short report at the end of your volunteering section to say, yes, little Johnny came and volunteered. And other sections have been validated in the same way. So for sports, it could be like a sports coach. For a skill, it could be a music teacher. However, if it's something you're doing completely by yourself, what we suggest that you do is you create a log, like a regular diary of what you've been doing, as well as photographic evidence every now and again. So say it was cooking, for example, you'd have a diary of your cooking, you'd have photographs of what you've cooked, you may bring in some food for the leaders to try. And we can validate that for you as leaders, but it is very much a last resort. So where necessary, please find someone who is happy to be your assessor for that section, and it's just someone who's just going to vouch for you to say that you did it. But if that really isn't possible, then we can directly validate it for you as long as you have sufficient evidence. We'll go over that in a bit more detail during our getting started night in a couple of weeks. Amanda, do you want to add anything to that, or does that cover it enough?
No, I could say we can go into more details later on. But
yep. Lucy asks, I've signed up on the website and paid about 2 weeks ago, but still haven't gotten my welcome pack. Is that normal? We can chase that up for you.
Yeah, I was on the website earlier and I was just trying to see if I could get on to see whether you're there or not.
Yeah, typically what we do is we see if you've appeared on our list, and if you haven't appeared on that list, then either your payment hasn't gone through or something's been lost.
I checked. Lucy is appearing on the system, so it must be somewhere in postage.
Okay, so Lucy, you are there.
Yeah.
So either your welcome pack is coming to you soon, Lucy, or if not, we can tell you your username, and then you can log in with your username and press forgot password, and it will email you a password. So we can, in fact, if since Hen is on the website, maybe he can do that for you and get in touch. So well done for signing up, Lucy. That's great. And we'll make sure you can get logged in. You've done everything you need to do, which is good. Is there a difference between school or scouts except money? It's the same award. You're getting exactly the same award at the end of it. So it's up to you what you think is the best fit for you for how you want to do your DofE. We would love you to do your DofE with us. We think we offer really good locations for the expedition, and it's only available to explorers. Like, you can't do this if you're just a regular member of the public. You are exclusively invited to do DofE with us, but it is your call. It's completely up to you. Anything you want to say on that, Amanda? It is the same, isn't it? Right, that answers all the questions, I think. So if anyone's got any more questions, feel free to either put them in the chat still, or if you want to hang on at the end of the call, if you want to ask in person or with some privacy, that's absolutely fine. That's another point, actually, is that we can always make adaptations to DofE so it's accessible to all. So the expedition isn't always done on foot, for example. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us this evening. We hope you enjoy what's left of the weekend. Anything any of the leaders want to say before we say goodbye? Nope. Well, if you want to stay on the line, if you've got any questions, you can. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us. This will be made as a video on our website if you want to watch it back for reference. And we look forward to seeing you start your DofE journey with us, with Southampton City Explorers. Thank you very much for joining us. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I think there was one last question in there. I don't know if he's left. Yeah, Jack asked a quick question. Basically, just is the practice expedition or is it Easter?
It's a half term. We review it every year, but basically we need 3 days to do it, so we can't do it over a weekend. So yes, we have to do it over a school holiday. It's the only way we can fit it in. We do it at the beginning of the school holiday, so so that it hopefully doesn't affect people's holidays. But yeah, those are our dates, and we can't give up more time than that, I'm afraid. So if you can make it work with you, that's great. If it doesn't work for you, you can still do DofE with us and maybe do the expedition a year later. But also sometimes other scout districts have available slots. So I would say that we're about 95% sure that we could find another date for you, either through Hampshire Scouts or another local district, because there's often spaces that become available. So yeah, although I can't guarantee it, I would say it's highly likely we could find another date if for any reason you couldn't make any of the expedition dates. And you could join like another team. We could find another team somewhere in Hampshire for you. I hope that answered your question. Happy days. Right, I'm going to stop recording. Oh, I had some photos to share, but I never showed them. Oh.
I recognise some of these people. In fact, I recognise those photos.
This lovely lot holding hands across the across the road. Beautiful.
I spent ages finding these on my photos as well on my app.
No, the one I recognise was that one from the Silver Pebeg weekend, because it was the hay bales dressed as a bride and groom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Happy days.
That's where we had to help find we found an escaped dog, and we had to go and help return them to their humans.
It happens.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for joining us on that. I just kind of made it up as we went along. I just spoke through the.
We would do. Luke, shall I drop these certificates into you at some stage?
Yeah, I think I think we've got some more on the way as well.
I've got Oliver. Yeah, there's another one.
Luke, you realise we're still recording, don't you?
Oh, is it still recording? I probably clicked.
No.
I stopped sharing my screen, but it's still recording. Not that I'm saying anything controversial.